You date boys or girls? Do you have a you-know-what? Hey guys, what is up? My name is Lawrence Bing and today we are answering your questions from TikTok, all relating to me being transgender. Now, I'm going to be doing this video a little bit differently than I did on my Instagram one. My Instagram one, if you want to check that out, that'll be in the card at the top if that's an option. That one was a bit more in-depth. This one is going to be like a very fast 10-minute video where we're going to answer as many questions as we can in those 10 minutes. Let's start the countdown. So 10 minutes will be on the clock and I'm going to answer as many questions as I possibly can. So you guys give it a thumbs up, subscribe and click on those post notifications. What's your favorite part about being trans? To be the gender that I really wanted to be. What's it like to be trans? Very difficult. There's a lot of dysphoria. If you want to look up the definition, I'll put it up on the screen. Do people know that you're trans? Yes. And that's why I've been so open about it on social media, because everyone does know. Of course, there's new people that come to my page and my account that don't know, but will be informed very shortly. I'm trans as well. I'm asking for future, do we still have to deal with periods? Now, if you have hormone blockers, no. Or if you are on hormones, aka what I'm on is the testosterone, but you guys know what I mean. The male hormones that the male does produce. For some people it can take 6 months, some people can take a year, 2 years, it's a lot. For me, I'm gonna set some boundaries and I'm so sorry guys, but I will not answer that question on a personal preference, but it does as time goes along, but I can't say if it has for me or not. Do you still have female parts? If you have surgery, no. If you don't have surgery, yes, sadly you do, but you can have products like STPs, which is Stampede devices, or packers, which is the actual thing, but it's an actual packer that you put in to alleviate that dysphoria and to have those male parts but aren't really your physical biological male parts, if that makes sense. Who is the hardest person to tell? For me it would be any friends that I do not have currently, which means any ex-friends that I have. The hardest people to tell due to the fact that I no longer have them in my life and those people have disappeared due to that reason. Do you get referred as he or she in public? Majority of the time he, which is absolutely amazing and this actually makes me so happy. But there has been some people, like for an example, when I went to New Year's and I went to see the fireworks by myself, I ended up getting called some names that I won't say on my YouTube channel ever, or I will not say it out loud, that were really disrespectful. Does your family and friends support you? Yes. Did take them time though. How do you change your voice? Hormones. I've been on hormones for a year and a few days, which is fabulous, although I feel like my voice hasn't really changed. I haven't really done a voice comparison to the voice that I had previously, which I might do in the future, but I really don't feel like my voice has changed, which I really wish and hope that it can change in the next few months or years or however long it will take. But I do wish it. I do wish it. I'm getting no facial hair though. Do you date boys or girls? So sexuality does not reference anything to do with gender. It's two completely different things. Now, as I am transgender, my sexuality does not affect my gender does not affect my sexuality at all, and it doesn't to anyone. It's just personal preference. It's who you are sexually attracted to, and the gender is more of a dysphoric thing where the brain does not match the gender that you are born with. So yes, but I date just women. I am bisexual, but I prefer women over men. Yeah. It's a bit of a weird question, but does the process take a long time? Is it expensive? I always wondered, sorry if it sounds weird. All goods, Ebony. The process does take a very long time, definitely depending on the way your body reacts, your genetics, especially with hormones, and if the person wants to take on the medical side of the transitioning process, which is hormones, surgery and stuff like that. Yes, that can take many years and it's very expensive, especially top surgery is 10,000 or more, depending depending on if you have insurance, or depending on what doctor you go to, it's a whole another world to dive into. But yeah, top surgery 10,000, bottom surgery between 50 to 70 grand, depending on your insurance, depending on doctors, depending on locations, everything behind the scenes, medication within that whole process. And when you do get bottom surgery, guys, it's not something that is attached to you. They use skin grafts onto your whole entire body, and they take your skin graft and your nerves and stuff all out of you and to make that. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know. Of course, I hopefully can say that correctly, but I know they take skin grafts off you. Your arm, your thighs can possibly, some people do change depending on what they kind of want, and the bottom of your what is it called, ankle as well. So it's a long process. It's very scary, and I personally don't want to ever have bottom surgery unless science improves in that area. What made you change your gender? When the brain does not match my gender. How does it feel? Do you get bullied? I don't really get bullied at all, really. I mean, there is some bits and pieces of different people out there that do end up bullying me, but there's much more love than there is hate, which I absolutely love, and I hope that does improve as time goes. When did you realize you were trans? At a young age, so between, I want to say maybe probably 5 years old I knew, but I didn't know it was possible until about 17, 18 years old. Are you born with it? Yes, pretty much it's when the brain does not match the gender, as I've said so many times today in this video. Yes, you pretty much are born with it, I want to say, definitely, but I just didn't know it was possible until I was a lot later in life. So yes. And do I go out a lot? No, not really. How long does the process take from FTM or MTF, depending on where you start from? It can take many years. It can take 10 years, it can take 60 years, it can take many. It just depends on everything. It depends on everything. For me, it depended on getting out of school so I could start. So sorry guys, every single time I try to start, there's background noise. And before you are a boy, I won't answer that question, just for I want to set those boundaries, and hopefully you guys can respect those. Do you get hate for being trans? Only very, very small amount. I don't want to be mean, but did it hurt at one point? No, it doesn't hurt at all. Of course, if your body reacts to it, well, it won't. For the hormones, I mean. How did you come out? I just pretty much just straight up just said it, and for my family I just spoke to my mum about it, and then she kind of just spread the word around the family, and then they were all supportive, and it was back to being a normal another day. For friends it was a little bit harder because I had to literally tell every single friend out there, and majority of them, I want to say 98% of them were completely supportive, and then there was only 2% that are no longer in my life anymore. Do you see yourself differently to others? Yes, of course. Everyone's different. How do you come out to teachers and non-family? And was your surgery expensive? I did not have surgery. So many people think I have, which is crazy. I mean, sometimes it's good, I guess. How did I just messaged the friends that I had, and I just literally, actually most of them I just messaged them on Snapchat to actually come out to them, but I didn't have to come out to any of the teachers. But some teachers came to me and congratulated me on coming out because they have seen my YouTube channel and my social media, which I am blown away, because I don't know how they even found it, because my name was completely changed and they only knew me before I was trans. But they do know the whole process of kind of what I went through, especially in primary school. How did you look before you were trans? I put a previous video and photo on my Instagram, question 1, so last video. Are you planning on getting surgery? Yes, only top surgery. How did your parents feel when you made the choice or came out, I want to say, because it's not really a choice, it's who you are. For me personally, it's who you are. It's not a choice. You don't choose to be whatever. It's, yeah. They were supportive. Some took longer than others, but all up supportive, perfectly fine. It was like previously before I came out than after I came out. Nothing was changed much, besides of course the pronouns, he and him pronouns, and the clothing and material things and stereotype things were changed, but that's it. Accepted being trans? Yes, I would say so. I would say so, Lucy. Do your family sometimes forget you're trans? Yes, meaning misgendering, mispronouns, yes. Did you want to be trans or were you forced to? I needed to be trans. I am trans. I was not forced to. I was forced to be the gender that I was biologically born, and that is the big no-no that I did not like, and that was a lot during primary school days and years. Did you look like when you were 5? Well, 5 years old, I looked like the previous. I was completely shaved at the head, and yeah. Do you have a you-know-what? No, but you can in a way, and it grows. Meaning when I say it grows, it's the hormones make it grow, but you can have products like Packers and STPs to, yeah, have that, but not have it. Do you ever refer to trans as not a real boy or real girl? Sorry if it's a bit strange or if you don't feel like answering. No, it's who you are. Who you identify as is who you are. That's my personal opinion. A lot of them are just, what's the hardest part? Do you get periods? What was your people's reactions to? A lot of them are the exact same. Do you get a lot of transphobic or homophobic comments? Not really at all. I also have comments restricted on my TikTok, so I don't really get that. That's it. That's all of the questions that I've answered in this video. Majority of them are the exact same question asked a billion times, so hopefully if you don't see your question, I've answered it through somebody else's question, so keep that in mind. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. So that is all of the questions, and yeah, hopefully I answered your question. If not, I'm very sorry. Hopefully maybe you can make it into another question or video that I do. See you guys. Peace.